Bring you to his prime career. Blessings.
Hi, Prime.
Bring you. Yes.
Uh, to start this session, maybe some entity will share some message with me.
Mhm. There is, yeah, some AI energies. I mean, there's some Zeta energy helping you clear out your mother's frequency. She's a little bit of a energy vampire. So, especially now she's getting older. You're helping her and her doesn't mean she's gonna leave anytime soon, but you're helping her through this whole process and what she needs to connect with, like your brothers. It does seem like that's kind of calming down. I mean, as they get older, they cool down. They're not quite there yet, but they're simmering down. They're all just becoming a little bit more, easy to be around.
You talk about the older brother,
Yeah, yeah, that difficult.
the one we don't see, the second one,
Yeah.
you can see in the picture three.
Hmm.
Uh, the the older is the blue, and the second older is the green.
Hmm. Yeah, it's the one you had the most difficult with. Of course, when he gets older, I mean, it's not now, but over time, he'll finally start cooling down, you can say.
Yeah, the one that cut the cut with everyone. Okay.
Yes.
Um, let's say my since 2 3 days I think I remove a lot of things and from past. I think when the family split, we the first apartment we get in the city where we live now
Hmm.
have a lot of impact on us
Hmm.
after and have continued to have impact until today. So for
Hmm.
me, I don't know for other one. Don't bring the picture about the place, but
Hmm.
I guess we'll be able to connect. Before we split, we live in the house, and
Hmm.
after we split, we begin to live in an apartment,
Hmm.
and was not necessarily the best environment.
Hmm.
So, what is maybe the goal of this experience of this situation for me and for maybe the family too?
To be separated like this, we're all interconnected, as you know, so it's just you just need these different experiences. So sometimes you need to argue and break apart or separate, whatever it causes you to separate, so you can gain all these experiences and eventually bring it all back together, more likely the astral. So you're like the brother having difficulties with, you are keeping an eye on him, but you also just it's almost like you just want him to go as wherever he needs to go to, figure himself out. Like take as so much time as you need. And the brother you're getting along with, he's still bringing the family frequency in, but you're working with that energetically. Like you're working with his family, his inner family he created. You're working with that, like, but you're just doing a lot of energy clearing, as you know.
I tried
So,
to try to
mhm.
for the one we don't see since 2 years. I
Mhm.
try to send cards
Mhm.
for his
Mhm.
birthday and holidays
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
I maybe you don't even open them because you read my name, but I think is it just continue the will to
Yeah.
make the connection or something like that.
Well, energetically, you'll just kind of wheel him back in if you need to. Right now, he's kind of like a fish, needs to just go, just go deeper into, like, you'll hook him back in if you absolutely feel like he needs to come, you reconnect to you. He
Yeah,
seems like he's doing okay. He's not, he's going, you don't need to be around that energy what he's going through currently.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, in the part of that thing and thing to unlock or unblock a little bit is about yeah, it's about this first apartment we live in as family, and it seems that's where the roots of my uh I move that's I could say where I begin my path was influenced or moved to another direction because I cannot uh, because the previous of the past behavior or perception was different. The way it's like if I have some interest in before the family split, and since we live this, I slowly begin to. It's like uh, I cannot. I was not able to continue to have the same behavior, and I try to find some new behavior, and but I know this one was not good, but I was not able to continue. It's like I have an interest of mathematics or something more intellectual, but I cannot spend my energy on this because I have. It's like if my energy have moved to another direction for another reason or because the situation was too hard to face or something like that.
Um, well, it just the family need to be separated to just figure themselves out. Too much was together. Like you moved from the home into the apartment, and the apartment was kind of like too close for comfort. It was kind of like a champagne bottle you burst out, like you just kind of kicked you all out of there. Just just went your separate ways. And and it was just yeah, it was all just too much together. So separating was the best thing.
Yeah, I understand this part is I think is more yesterday. It's like because when we split, I have around 10 years old, and it's like yeah, it's like if the interest and the behavior I had when I was 10 and when we moved to the new place, the environment was too much weird and hard to understand or to live there. I just moved to it's like more maybe in my head or maybe in the imaginary in my maybe as more in the ego. I don't know where I can keep more distance with some difficulty.
Well,
So
yeah, yeah, well, like your brother, but they don't speak to you. He was carrying around most of the load of the negativity of the family, the reptilian side. So he had to go off and disconnect, and he's still battling himself, to his own darkness.
yeah,
So,
it's like I cannot have access or use my intellectual capacity.
mhm.
I need more to keep distance. Is I will wish to be
Mhm.
to put my nose in the mathematic book or something like that.
Yeah.
More logic mindset.
Hmm.
But it's like something since that time I've locked me outside of that or far away of this.
Yeah, it's well, you're focusing energetically, yeah, on yourself. Like I say, you are working with the energies of the family, helping them sort it out. Like almost like you're like sending them to certain places, and, like even energetically, you're telling them where to go. That always suggesting it. This would be a good place for you to go to clear, and then you're where you are to, help the family release a lot of the father energies, release a lot of heaviness, just a lot of the bitterness that came from growing up. So you're still releasing. There's a lot of mud, a lot of muck. You're still digging out of, you can say.
Yeah, it's like a little bit in following mode. I just follow
Yeah.
the
Well,
parade.
yeah, it's like the muck in the family is like you're digging through it, cleaning it. Sometimes you might find a diamond or something good out of it, but there's a lot of remorse. There's a lot of bitterness within, your mother and the father, and the mother's still not, she's not be able to deal with a lot of it. So if you feel like you can't, if you can handle it, but she can't really handle a lot of it. So,
Yeah.
so helping
Yes,
her balance it.
sometimes I just have an impression to have released almost
Mhm.
all the family big problem they have each other.
Um, yeah, it's just that was done some actually a couple of years ago. And these are just remnant pieces of what's left over. I mean, you're not constantly working on it, but you're, you know, yeah, a lot of that was released several years ago when you were doing this. So
Yeah,
I would say you removed the majority of it back then.
yeah, it's like I clean every day, not every detail, but much detail. They have
Yeah,
personal thing for each of them, and all these different things touch to each other.
it's kind of like cleaning out stuff. It's like cleaning a microwave after many things have blown up in it. You know, we have spaghetti sauce, a blew it's like all this stuff that's
Yeah.
blew up in it, and now you're trying to clean it all out so it's stuck. Kind of like that.
Was like clean the frog, you make them smoking cigarette.
Yeah. So it's just like it just when the family broke up, decided
Yeah.
to separate, a lot of it just kind of blew up and just stuck onto the walls of your reality or the
Uh,
microwave wall. So
it,
yeah.
it's like I removed few things this morning today, and it's like if slowly I reconnect slowly to my uh not child, why maybe I don't know if I can say childhood teen energy, and I don't know if I will be able to have focus on more on logic subject or uh I think it's probably there around more easily.
Yes. Well, also, like your connections to Zeta, the Zeta Grays, you're, yeah, sorting out this family's troubles. Your brother you've had difficulties with is technically like a time traveler. So look at it from an alien perspective. Your brother's a time traveler. Think of him causing a lot of trouble. Time
Uh,
travel.
the the second one, the second
Uh,
holder.
just the one you're having problems with. The one you're not talking
Uh,
to. You have
okay, the
two
first
brothers.
the holder. Okay,
Yeah, the one that you don't hear much from or ever.
okay,
That's the one that's goes that one has a time traveling issue that goes to places, doesn't realize he's getting into the issues and it causes trouble. So
okay,
that's also what he's clear. So give you that an alien perspective. So yeah, like your mom, like he was like, we're just gonna give you that perspective. Like in another life, he was like madly in love with your mother. They weren't related, and
okay,
I guess he like wanted to help her get things she wanted and things like that, and he like kind of overdid it, like like altered realities, just the things he should not have done, and it kind of made her confused, and he just like devoted, he's like in love with her, like devote. Anyway, we got karma for a lot of that, for just altering time too much. Like things that just happen for her would normally would not. And she had a lot of good luck, and she was kind of confused about it.
okay,
So, and your dad kind of popped in your family line. I don't think he was even supposed to be there. So he kind of like showed up, and like, you can say she was kind of confused. It was supposed to be somebody else instead. So he kind of caused a lot of difficulties. Like he wasn't really supposed to be your father, is what I'm getting. To give you some another. So you're like cleaning that out.
damn it.
Because it's like,
Does
yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
does the one that's supposed to be there was supposed to be better or with
Yeah, better.
less thing to fix?
Yeah, he was supposed to be because like it seems like one seeing like your current father was just kind of out of control a little bit. Just like, he just sort of popped in there and it all kind of worked out, him being in the family, just sort of, but you feel like he really didn't belong until he kind of left. And he just kind of he made a mess of a lot of stuff, is what I'm
Oh,
seeing.
thank you.
And yeah, the other father was supposed to have about one lot more balance, but so like he got kicked, like he couldn't connect to your mom. I don't know, it's like there's a timeline blockage. Not your brother wasn't involved with that, but he caused a lot of issues in the past. Your brother causing trouble in the past. I know this is all alien stuff, but like the remnants of what your brother caused, causing like your mom having this and that. She doesn't know what to do. So she's attracting like the wrong person into her life. Look at that way. You
Okay.
know, and that's the dad that you have now. Look at it that way.
Okay.
So that's a whole different
Uh,
perspective.
and interesting story, but
Yeah.
I will not push more far for that. And I think it's August, July or August, I think. My second brother, the one I saw sometime, see sometime, had he live in the third floor to the building,
Mm,
and the roof it was just under his the level where he live,
mm,
and he had water that come from the roof because they have a big rain and they have a small hole that's
mm,
fall inside his closet.
mm, mm,
And naturally he is not able to deal really much with that kind of situation as he more live like a teenager or a child in some way.
mm.
So what's the maybe the meaning of the use the reason of this situation for him? Is there's just to shake him a little bit or
No, that's all his and you say a bit of a it's like he can't run from his problem. Not that he was truly, I don't know, just like, yeah, that's a weird, yeah, it is a kind of a weird one. It's like other people's problems are kind of interfering with him, like those that bring into his life. So it's the energy of other people, whoever it is that brought into his life. That's where that came from.
okay he attract a problem of water?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just energy from other people. It's like almost like a hole in his energy, bringing in the wrong people into his life. So it's like cleaning up other people's frequency. You could say part of him wants to do a lot for others, maybe too much. At least that's what I see with him.
Yeah,
Over.
but he's not able to do something for himself. He's that's the weird
Well,
situation.
he did that to himself. Yeah, he energetically just wants to do everything for others. He just kind of overdoes it.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
situation. The thing is,
that's yeah, good.
the situation was not too big.
Hmm.
The manager have quickly make fix the roof,
Hmm.
and but the guy that's come to repair the closet was not the best one, but like usually my sister and his boyfriend come to make a better job and put some
Hmm.
paint
Hmm.
because he didn't want to sleep in his bed
Hmm.
because he was more afraid to have moisture in his closet. But
Hmm.
I don't think so will that happen because the closet is inside the apartment.
Hmm.
Is not near the wall that's touch the outside. So I don't
Hmm.
think it's a real danger.
Hmm.
Uh, what's maybe the I'm curious. My this brother was more a little bit more open with my sister. I still have difficulty to make him up open and give me a real answer when I ask him something. It's like always the same easy answer. That's I have no no real sense than to I give
Mhm.
you the answer you want. Just go away after that.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to really talk all that much. Well, because he has to open up and he's not really ready for that. And he has to deal with his own issues and he's not ready to deal with his own issues yet. He'd rather just run away from them. That's why like he doesn't want to sleep in that bed. He's kind of running away from his problems.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah. So
yeah, to show him to you just need to wash a little bit and take something to clean and
yeah. Well,
until the guy come to finish the job and because they have some uh, the water there is like the
mhm,
when the
mhm,
water is still there that come yellow and you just need to
mhm.
clean a little bit
Yeah.
and you don't want touch. It's like everyone have to do the job for him, something like that.
Well, also the room not the closet not being fixed right. That's his energy of not wanting to be fixed. It's like he's wants to be fixed, but not really, sort of. So this is all about his, yeah.
Thank you.
He's more focused on everybody but himself. And that's when you talk to him, call him to talk to him. It's kind of like you're there to talk, focus on him, and he's just not into it. Not nowadays.
Thank you. Uh, this is done. This is done. Oh, or please. Okay. Um. Okay. I think I will jump a little bit to the picture. Picture one.
Mhm,
The red one.
mhm,
They both sister. They work both to the same place as me.
mhm,
I already talked a little bit about the second one, the green one, in
mhm,
the past. It seems I have more. It's more easy to talk with the red one. She's more. She come to talk with me more easily, and she have two children.
mhm,
Does she see me like a brother? Or a kind of because they have a alcoholic parent.
mhm,
So I think they complete. I don't know if they fully cut the bridge with their parent. I don't ask about that.
mhm,
I think they have a big distance.
mhm.
Just curious how what position she see me and what is the goal is this connection?
I don't know. She kind of sees you, yeah, like a brother or a cousin or confidant. She just feels like she can talk to you. I guess you can say she sees you as like a kind of like a, don't take offense, like a priest. Like she could say anything. It's kind of like
Yeah.
that. Because you have no judgment or anything there. So I guess you can say she can almost confess anything. Not that she needs to go that far, but it's kind of like that.
Yeah. Put
So
her in the
just,
corner.
yeah, she just knows that you don't have any bound, any, you know, and you've had trust in the past. I would say you've had lifetimes, yeah, where she was like a younger girl, and she would come to you for advice, like you're, even connected, like a monk connected to the church. Yeah, a monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a trusted monk, and you weren't, had no agendas, and she's kind of like a lost little girl, and she could come to you when she was family nowhere to be found, or she just it's kind of like you kind of took her in almost, yeah, like I would say more like a daughter. So in this life, she can see it more as a brother, but yeah, lifetime she was more, yeah, she was more like a kid, a daughter to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Uh, how else is the green one? Is Sister Somi now? I have few interaction with her.
Mhm.
I'm not sure where she put himself about me.
Oh, she just closed off. That's all. She's just more introverted and just secretive. Yeah, she just doesn't want to reveal anything about herself. That's all.
Thank you.
just want to keep to herself. I don't think it's anything towards you. It's just she has trust issues towards everybody.
Yeah, sometimes I can talk just a little bit and she's talk much. It's like and once I make the connection, she can open and talk much, and after she's close again and continues.
Yep. That's more childhood stuff, just feeling neglected, and so she has trouble connecting to strangers and things like that, or anybody from her. Yeah.
Does she have a bad, not necessarily a bad roots, but does she is more I don't know if is the word exists in English, incline, tendance, so the with front.
There's another
Uh,
yeah, meaning of that. What's another?
Tendance, yeah, no, it's English.
She just feels like
Then
she's cut off.
tendency to take to do a stupid thing, or she have a good side and they don't do bad thing. And sometimes people when they have difficulty with their parent begin to do some stupid thing and have a really bad behavior.
Does she have bad behavior? Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Does she be able to broke window and steal or something like that, or
Uh,
just
I mean, anybody can have that. She could, but I don't think she'd be trying to be like that. She just, I mean, if she's drunk, she'll be open to anybody. So it's just where she is. Yeah, it feels like she's more happier when she's drunk.
okay?
She's a lot more
The
loose.
do they get the pattern of the parent with alcohol?
Yeah, she had alcohol probably when she was young. I get like 7 years old. Some interaction, even drugs itself, not heavy drugs, just some drugs. So she's been, I don't know, a bit of a druggie. So yeah, that's why she's introverted.
Okay,
And that's why you feel that kind of criminal side of her. She can go that way. I don't think she has, but she could. She's
okay,
more into that.
it is not necessarily something that's begin to build in inside.
No, oh, I could. No. It's a lot of anxiety, social anxiety. She's frustrated with herself, her direction, things like that. It's just not working out the way she thought it would.
Here. And what kind of relation they have? Do they have more straight people or more
It's,
they have some fucking weird people around them?
both of them, yeah, well, I don't think they talk all that much. It's sisters don't. That's why they really conversate that much with each other. I feel they're more separated.
Okay,
I mean, publicly they might say they do get a, but it feels like on a private level, they're not that, they don't really connect to each other that much.
okay, okay. Okay,
So, yeah, they're a bit, and I'm yeah, as you can see, opposite of each other. The one in the red
yeah,
is more open, the one in the green is more closed off.
yeah, you're really more social and but yeah, the personalities are different. I just feel sometimes is the red the green one can maybe attract some kind of people, and the red one will try to catch them. As I think she's single mother now.
Mhm.
It's like put the honey on the but to attract the fly.
Mm. Well, the one in the green, yeah, she can attract darker people, but that can affect the one in the red and the one in the red. She attracts the wrong people too, but nothing like the green one. The green one really attracts the wrong people. She's not
Okay,
trying to. She just has a lot of issues. And so,
are they conscious of them?
just, a lot of
Of the
insecurity.
pattern of their they attract?
They just have a dark side that they attract. That's all.
Okay. Are you access to know what is the goal of their life?
Just like anyone else. I mean, they're just clear out their insecurities and just live life to its fullest, their talents, and just find some happiness, family, create a family, and just live life to its fullest. I mean, obviously, there's more to it than that, but for the both of them is to live life to the fullest. But it's funny, the one in the red pushes for life, the one in the green kind of slows it down.
Okay. Okay. We'll move to another subject a little bit. Just move to picture three. Uh, the gray one, the little Philip, the little boy. Just to know where how is his path now as he's begin to his course of in the military. How
Yeah,
he
he is.
did
Well,
that.
well, he is a gray. I mean, he's human. I mean, obviously, Palladian gray or Zeta gray. Military, well, he doesn't really know himself, so he figured to find himself there. Yeah, he let himself be programmed into the military, but he's not really sure what he is right now or who he wants to be. So, they're kind of telling him what to do, and he needs that right now.
Yeah. So he's for this time he's going well in his path.
Not where he wants it to go. He'd rather have more success. He doesn't really want to be in the military, but he doesn't know what to do with doing him. So he doesn't feel like he has all that much talent. He feels like he has nothing to contribute to the world. So being part of the military, it helps him feel wanted and needed, and feels like he's going to do something.
Yeah, find something to do. Yeah.
Yeah, just part of the military program until he's ready to, figure himself out more.
Okay. Um. Can you let jump in my higher self?
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Greece user, ourselves, blessings,
Hi.
synergies, greetings.
Uh, any message or something I need to know at this time?
Your family are releasing a lot of reptilian manipulations, society manipulations. Just even where you were living, Canada has a lot of reptilian vibes. So you're just a family alone dealing with that. I know it sounds a little strange, but it's a lot. The family's not really used to that frequency. It's like you got hit a lot by the crown, the English manipulation. So you're releasing a lot of that too. More of your that has a lot to do with just you're just breaking away from their British regime, you can say. You might still be living there. We have separated a lot of that from your timelines, actually, which is good.
Okay. Any other message I need to receive or private message? That's in on
Just
all.
there are robotic realms that you connect to. There are cloning realities. You like now this is gonna help you here, but in other realities, you're really good at creating like synthetic clones. Robotic clones, but also like humanoid clone. Cloning seems to be like one of your expertise. But of course, there's obviously a downside to it when it's been misused and all that. So there's also like cloning, like it's just like what you see on TV. It's like, oh, like your kid dies, and now here's a clone kid. We've actually been involved with a reality like that. It's good, but it has kind of a twisted nature to it. But I would say because of your Zeta connections, you've perfected cloning on a, and that's probably one of the reasons why you're here, just to identify some of that. Sometimes it's not all what you're here for, but it's part of your mission here.
Okay, like put a flag on the cloning indicator.
Yeah, just like the rumors, like when they say like Trump's a clone or somebody's a clone. I feel like sometimes your energy contributes to that red flag.
Okay.
So by the way, this person's not what they said is or something.
Because I know sometime I write some text, some stories that I can feel can type some few page without too much difficulty. But I if if I try to make a full story of 100 or many hundred page, I don't think so. I will reach this number. Does
Uh,
does this
yeah.
does this story was just much about what is
Yeah.
uh how can say what not necessarily what the subject I explored in the past or what is the something like that or
Oh, yes, definitely. So yeah, that's a download for sure. And sometimes it might trigger like trauma or just like this reality can only receive so much. And it's almost like, yeah, you download a portion of it, but and you can always like, for example, use AI to just add some kind of general story to it. It's like, yeah, what you're picking up is very unique, but it's like it's too much for this reality to fully, you know, weave into. Like almost have to put something generic with it that, if you make it into a story that people can understand. It's like, yeah, it's a generic story, but the concept, there's some things there that just hasn't not been seen before. And yeah, it just feels like your soul just wants to just give you pieces of it, not like little nuggets here and there.
yeah because sometimes I have more fantastic or science
Hmm.
fiction story but
Hmm. Hmm.
is
Hmm.
I always try to find something that doesn't be right somewhere and find new idea and
Hmm.
about the last one is more about the cloning and
Yeah.
the title I
Yeah.
use for at this moment is the over cloning
Hmm. Yeah.
people but the thing is the clone is not the few because the main focus is about some people that have some s- special capacity, but they are not they are not the clone. The clone is the ordinary people that lost their power.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's see that's I mean that's good you bring that in. It's very touchy subject, very deep. Yeah. So yeah, you can use AI to put it together or put like the concept like you have and just let AI develop some kind of story. Or you don't
yeah,
have to, but that's
I
one way of
have
doing it.
I have looked for AI that could
Mm-hmm.
be help to
Mm-hmm.
keep the storyline
Hmm.
uh, together.
Yeah.
It's not take another direction and broke the story
Yeah.
logic. For
Well, it
this time, I
goes,
don't.
yeah, it goes by what
Yeah,
it's familiar with too, of course. Yeah, you
yeah.
have to do some tweaks, but yeah, what you're connected to is very deep. To give you another aspect of the cloning world, it's just like the car companies. Yeah, you have Toyota, GM. Think of all those cloning companies, and just huge. Like they're cloning people and sending them off to other worlds and stuff, like a huge manufacturing city or world, or there's more to the world than just that, but. Like they're used to being clones and things like that. And like there's only like a few people there, like real humans, for example, but they're buying clones and like you buy a car. Not exactly, but similar.
Yeah, it's like if the main idea is like if the ordinary people is the main people that be overcloned. It's like if each time someone copy the car or someone you remove some utilities inside, you remove
Yeah,
the radio, you remove the air conditioner, you always remove some option and
yeah.
finally you have just an empty box.
Well, also like the human here is capable of much more, but as you can see, a lot's been removed. So you
Yeah.
can't access certain abilities. And humans here are technically they don't call it cloning, but technically it kind of is. Where, everyone's pretty much the same, but it's done a lot differently though, of course. So it's, when you reset a society, you have to kind of put in the genome, the genetics to populate. Everyone's practically similar, you know. You know,
Yeah.
having people walk around like ape people, and I mean they kind of do, but they still look human. So it's like a variation of cloning there. There's a lot of layers to it. Yeah, it's kind of twisted. People here will probably get very, some will find it fascinating, others will find it offensive, you know, because it gets really
Yeah.
into the whole God, who's God type of thing, you know. Like the scientists are
Mm,
kind of like God-like, kind of, sort of.
yeah. Some weird story.
But that's good that you're done, but that's good. Yeah, if you want to make either use AI or, yeah, but if you do a story, like you have a concept, you know, and it just seems like you are kind of getting blocked from going too deep, too far. You can handle it,
Yeah.
but I feel like other people might feel really uneasy. Some
Many
people
time
may.
I
Yeah.
many time I write stories. Sometimes I just feel like I get not boring, but it's like if I need to put my energy to another direction, or I
Yeah.
cannot push too much. Sometimes it's just one page story because I cannot.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a science fiction. Sometimes it's just a funny story I write for
Mhm.
that one page, two page, and
Mhm. Yeah, I mean it's not just cloning, it's yeah, robotics, it's alien, it's yeah, just so when you feel uh you can only go so far. Sometimes it's like you're releasing that situation, like you're still kind of dealing with that. You know, if you feel like you can only go so far with the story, you can look within yourself and say, is there something there that I need to clear out so I can get more of this if you even need more?
yeah,
Something to
perceive
think.
not perceive this story like just a story, but like just
Oh, it's
it's
real.
like a it's
Trust me,
like a
it's real.
I mean I mean
Yeah.
I mean to
Yeah.
interact with this story like if is my life today to be able
Great.
to catch
Yeah.
the problem.
Well, think of it as like a photo album. No, yeah, so you're getting pieces of a memory and you're bringing it here. So like other worlds, a Zeta world, but you're adding a human touch to it. Nothing wrong with that. So you are kind of making it modern for humans here to understand it. So some of it's robotic and so on. So yeah, they just there's more to it than that, but that's they have the idea.
Yeah, sometimes I just have like feel I can not necessarily understand or catch more and but just a little bit more easily what where the people is now, even with sometime with people I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, first off, those are memories. Those are, yeah, from other realities. And it you can get I feel like even you can get kind of emotional. You might not always feel it, but it feels like sometimes you do get emotional with it.
Yeah, I try to be more in contact with my emotional body.
Yeah.
And
And but also feel if you have no problem bringing it through, somebody here on this world will have an issue with like they'll find it somehow. And it might cause them some issue. Doesn't mean it's gonna be super bad, but you can put clearing energies, like whoever's blocking this here to stop blocking it.
okay,
And you're gonna bring because a lot of people will find it very fascinating. A niche group, that's good. Others might, like I say, find it offensive, even if you're not nothing offensive's in there, but if it has to do with cloning or
yeah,
some
yeah,
sci-fi, they
fast.
take it very, yeah, they take it very, yeah. They don't even know why they're irritated. It just, yeah, because they were there. It didn't go so well for them.
Okay.
So you're bringing in memories, yeah, yeah.
Does just does the where I the but the building where I live uh does the main people that live in the same block, the same building with me is more the people are attracted to have the same kind of energy or just is the people like. they come to here because they can find something to fix their life or their direction.
I would say they come from the same, yeah, so you're in an apartment complex, so
Yeah,
all of them come from different worlds you've been to. Doesn't mean you have to interact with them, but you've all been kind of in the same places, different times, and so on. So that's why you kind of interact with each other. You don't have to interact, but that's why you kind of tolerate each other. Even you don't have to interact at all, but that's why you're kind of in the same. You might not have known them, but they've been to same similar places.
okay.
So they've all been from different worlds. So it doesn't mean they're all, nobody has the same. Yeah. But yeah, they
Yeah.
just feel where you are, it's neutral. You're
Okay,
not gonna give any issues.
the main people in this building is black,
Mm.
and they have family. They have some children.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay,
Oh yeah, they're just not they've definitely seen the worlds you have, and they're still healing from the same stuff you've been through. Mhm. Yeah.
okay,
Because they're probably they found anywhere to go. It's like it's like the worlds you've been through. Yeah, it's like Andromeda. Some of those worlds did not survive reptilian attack, and that's one of the reasons why you came here. So I would say you're actually kind of keeping an eye on those people because they're not like your own family, but the people that you're living around, kind of, I feel like you're kind of keeping you made it a safe space because you've been on Andromedan worlds that did not yet escape from, and they did too.
yeah. So I don't know why when I begin to have more. Uh, I could say that more. Have better connection or more easy for me to connect with people with that come from other country, more
Yeah.
from some color
Oh,
with color skin.
it's just that their worlds are a lot less restrictive, less easygoing. You probably
Okay.
feel they're just easygoing, just hey, how's it going? They're not like some Americans or who are you? What's going on? What's your agenda? You know, they're just hey, how's it going? So
Yeah,
I would say this, the reptilians from this world cause difficulties in the Andromedan worlds that you've been to. And coming
okay.
here to sort of like face, I have to look at it, face the enemy that's kind of like that. You know.
Like they're more traditional and more around they protect more their family circle.
Yeah, well, it's like instead of running, let's confront like the planets you've been from, at least I brought you here. Not all worlds are like that. The worlds that you come from were maybe like some a little bit like Switzerland, but too open sometimes, too friendly, and allowing the wrong kind of people. And of course, this world has that. Allowing the wrong beings to come in and kind of take over. Where
Yeah,
the good guy just is like, oh, now you're boss, just like that.
like
You
they try
know?
to do at this time with many country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas like kind of like the Nazis going into France and just grabbing it just like that. Very similar. So while you're on this world of and those people there too, at the same comp, it's like you're kind of standing up against that type of lenience, being lenient, like you're not gonna let these guys push you around. Not that you're trying to cause you're just kind of just, this is our home and we're not letting that happen. And there's more to it. More, it goes deeper than that. So, so and this world welcomed you coming here and everything. You're taken care of. So there's that. It's like, might as well stay here. We're safe, even if it is kind of like in the danger zone planet. So,
Okay. Okay.
at least it shows it's corruption. It doesn't hide everything. Like the world has issues. Some worlds they hide everything. They literally hide their problems until you finally figure out where. Which you have some of that here is some companies and all that. So to
Okay.
give you some background on that.
Does other entity wish to share message with me or
Oh, there's some star beings you're connected to. Yeah, with Andromeda. It just well, like I say, one of the places Andromeda are connected to, there's a lot of beings there were just naive. And they just had all this knowledge and they're just beautiful people and they thought they knew it all. And then their worlds get taken over. And I believe with your insight, you felt, you know, for them to be a little bit more careful who they're being friends with, or just like even with your own family, like you're giving them advice, kind of the same thing. And they didn't listen or didn't think anything of it until it was too late. So you had some kind of energy insight, like maybe you shouldn't be friendly with everybody or a little bit more cautious. So I give you some understanding there.
Okay. Does
So
does
yeah. Yeah.
um
Oh, well, the other thing, that movie Tron, you've been part of worlds like that too. Like
okay.
after a world gets like blown to bits, or you get shot to a like a AI world, kind of like Tron. Mhm.
Does a kind of autonomous energy have will come in the 5, 10 years? People will be more independent of the energy.
That yeah, I can say Musk is involved with that to some level, but he wants to monetize everything. Those that live out in the woods will get more loopholes,
Okay.
but not in the city. No. So you have to kind of look for it. It's not gonna be easy to find. Sometimes you have to build your own stuff. It's not quite there yet. They want to monetize everything, so at least for now.
Is to no small machine for you can bring with you
It
to have
stops.
energy.
It stops. Now, like, yeah, unless it's a government approved, like the space or the Internet X, the space satellite
Yeah.
X, that was approved. It has to be approved. So like the Tesla cars, those are approved, even if they're not the best for the environment.
Okay. How the
Yeah,
big technology have to
yeah, it has to be like if Google comes up with something, it could be cheap, but as long as it's approved. Yeah.
all the things that can change drastically the social
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, they're not right now. Yeah, you can have a energy crisis, which will bring in an energy renaissance. That'd be very convenient. Like, wow, look all those new technologies that came out of nowhere. Wonder where they got all that from. So, but they're going to still monetize it to some level. Like
Okay.
you'll have your iPhone version and then your Android version and then your offshoot versions, a new economy. So yeah, energy can it has not been tapped into, but that can be another economy. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Just another subject. I, I, it's like I feel is at this point at my place. I think is like it's something. So the boss push a lot to have a better. I think is like you have a good idea to push his enterprise for to have better pers better plate, better perspective on what he create because we work in the food industry
Hmm.
and he tried to reach another level of client which have more money and is it's like if more he push to this higher direction and the same time is maybe lost a little bit the connection with the base of his enterprise.
Hmm.
And it's like I feel is a little bit is some some change will coming inside. We already have some machine that begin to broke and things that will cost him a lot of money.
Hmm.
Does try to do just to pick a little bit what is the thing that's shaking behind scene of this of the workplace.
Oh, well, he just wants to bring in more income, so he just experimenting with new ideas. Doesn't mean they'll work, but he's just trying new concepts. So a lot of them, yeah, will fail, but he feels like he needs to try some kind of new idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah, does he have difficulty to have positive income to as every maybe the food costs more our money the food is
Yeah,
more expensive?
yeah, it is. They're just looking to revamp the company. Just do something. They haven't quite figured out what will turn things around. That makes
Okay,
sense. It's maybe they're outside of, yeah, it's just generate more income. That's all for the company.
okay. Does he have maybe some employee change that will come because that is the need to make the change or
No, no. It feels like he just wants to bring in more money so he can hire more people actually. So it's
yeah,
more want to expand than to get rid of. He doesn't want to get rid of anybody from what I can see.
okay.
He wants to keep everybody.
Yeah, but in US, we have a new suit. Is the guy was already there,
Hmm.
but he's like the new sous chef.
Hmm.
He's he have the responsibility of the side of the outside of the cooking room. I take the place of the other one that be fired last
Hmm.
this summer before the summer,
Hmm.
and I I don't have the real problem with him, but
Hmm.
at the same time, he is. I feel sometimes he takes some decision that he don't necessarily trust himself the decision he take, or is
Hmm.
confused about the decision. And sometimes I try to. I don't know if it's the right word for that. I overpass him and go directly ask to the chef
Hmm.
the answer because I know the second one, the sous chef is the he
Hmm.
had a responsibility about that.
Hmm.
But I I try to know understand if this guy will stay in this position. I don't think he's not bad. He's not bad. He's not a bad cook, but I don't think he's made for this position.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he'll be there for probably for a couple more months. 6 months, possibly. Yeah, he's looking for other. You see if he'll make it work for him right now. But it feels like he wants something else.
Yeah, I try to work with him, but at the same time, I don't want to follow his decision fully because is sometimes his timing is too much tight, is too much short, and that could
Mm-hmm.
you don't. I can say that personally, I try to find a boss to have a boss that know
Mm-hmm.
where you need to go and
Mm-hmm.
maybe have a planning where I have to go. And I need to yeah, I don't have a choice to ask him what he need to I do for him, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm not sure. He don't seem to know where to go. So it's like if I it's like I need to take the decision for him, but he's not sure where to go himself.
Mm-hmm.
Does we already have the next sous chef in the place, or sometimes someone will come out from
Probably
outside?
someone new. Yeah, possibly they'll find someone new eventually, and then he'll just want to leave. We kind of push him out. There's a possibility of that. So
Okay,
right now he's okay, but there's probably someone that just has a better energy or connect to it. It just hasn't showed up yet.
okay,
So, yeah. And the next person will probably be there for at least 5 years.
Does it's possible to have someone that will be able to work easily with him or same kind of personality or
Uh, very similar, more dynamic, just a bit friendlier and just easier to, more energy. This one has a lot of heavy energy around him. Um, but yeah, you're just not always the most personable person. That's all.
yeah, we'll see on that. Yeah, because sometimes I just think to maybe move to a other sector.
Hmm.
But you have a different sector. You have the food
Um,
side. The food side. We have the we call
yeah.
the équipier. Équipier is more about the one that set up the
Hmm.
place for
Hmm.
the event. Build
Yeah.
put the table, put the chair, and sometimes I put maybe to move to this side of uh, this place.
Yeah.
Same time.
Yeah. It's so what they might, yeah, they'll find somebody new and then move him over to somewhere else. Unless he wants to move on. So it feels like right now it seems like they might, yeah, it's possible that they'll find someone new and then just move him to a different area. Yeah.
No, no, it's not about him. It's about sometimes I think it could be a good part of the to move myself to change the place to move out of
Um, yeah.
the cooking room
Hmm.
and move to the one that's built the setup for the events.
That's whenever you want to do that. Whenever you want to apply for that. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
open. Yeah.
because I already know many people that's there because we have
Hmm.
to talk sometime to each other. I
Hmm.
don't. And I know the boss will not necessarily stay there for the next 10 years.
Hmm.
Is you have to take his retreat. I don't know if it's an English, like good English, but that
Hmm. Hmm.
is
Hmm.
begin to be old too.
Hmm. Hmm.
And necessary if he leave because he chose to
Yeah. No,
stop.
they're more welcome for you. Yeah. It's like whenever you feel like going to that area when you want to. Yeah, you'll fit right in. Yeah.
It's more about the energy they have,
Hmm.
the perspective maybe they have to have me in this place or this site.
It's just less negative. It's just a little bit more playful. It's less dense than where you are now. Where you are now is a little bit serious. It's a little bit more playful than where you're, just lighter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and you're just ready for it. I mean, where you've been right now is kind of boot camp, and now you're just looking for a little bit of a rest from that intense energy.
Yeah, it's more about they don't they have in the cold side of the cooking room they have they put new people that
Mhm.
there's not bad people but it's
Mhm.
like the outside of the room the cooking room is I think is not the right person to be there to make decision or
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
or they don't have the personality for that.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it's like I just feel it's maybe at this time I just feel I will do my best to finish the years with them, and maybe I am in decision to maybe move to try to move the to the team to that build
Yeah.
the
Next year or before, maybe December. At least bring it up, at least. So,
okay.
whatever pace that you're comfortable with.
I
Most
try to
likely by the end of next year, you'll be there. Put it that way.
I try to use my intuition to
Yeah.
make this move to have
Take
the
your,
better timing.
yeah. Take your time. Yeah. Take your time. Yeah. Just follow what day feels right. Yeah. Because they don't like change there. And you've been where you are for a while. So they're so used to you. So,
Yeah, it's more easy when you know where what you need to do usually because the you don't change so much about cut the vegetable is not a big change. I just after 5 years I know more what I need to
Yeah.
do, and I need less to know to be tell me what direction I need to take now.
Yeah, it's the same as graduation. Yeah.
Um,
What is for your best, what's best for you?
does some entity wish to jump in and share a message?
Greens uses the Zetas, Zeta Gray, greens. Does you come from other versions of Earth and you're remembering that and think of like you're trying to write down these ideas and it almost seems like yes, you want to write down these story ideas, but you don't want to necessarily for this world to repeat what other worlds have done. Like I don't want to just write this down and they do it. So it seems like there's some, that's why sometimes you don't get everything. Like there's more. Those are cases where just like you don't want this world to repeat other worlds and their mistakes.
Did you have a name as Zeta Gray or
Just call me Zeta 1.
okay?
That's easy to remember. I do work with
Okay.
the Arcturians, but there's a Zeta ship that's around your area, actually around Canada, Vancouver. So, and I've been monitoring your space for some time, or your yeah. So you do got out of body quite a bit, connected to your home planet. Uh, I would say technically you're like a Venus being at this time. I mean, you are human, but feel like you have a lot of Venus frequencies.
Does some entity have uh, not necessarily mission or educate to be around me? A physical entity have to be around me for some reason, sometime.
What does that you mean by that? What do you like? You
I
want
don't.
someone?
I just maybe some just a question like this. It just does sometime some entity have to be around me for some reason, just because to be around to look at what I do to learn something
Yeah,
about
there's
me, or
always
just
yes, there's always entities around everybody,
I mean physical. They're not
not
necessarily
physical.
just not just only necessary. Yeah, more physical.
Well, that's only if you want someone around physical. But not everybody connects to your frequency to bring in someone physical. But normally it's non-physical, it's around you. But physical, I feel like you do keep a lot of the physical people away because they don't have exactly the best frequencies. They kind of interfere with your work, is what I see.
I get.
That makes sense. Because you are kind of doing like a research project. You're bringing new energies. You're just kind of like, you're doing like tooling with the Earth's free, to fix timelines for beings that incarnate without getting lost so much. And just you're assisting many and incarnating here. That's you might be able to remote view that where you feel like your coast is clear, you can come in, But like you don't have to think too much into it, but it feels like you are assisting that.
Does I will become more conscious of
Mhm.
of this different state. I mean,
If it's needed. Um,
in the way where I will be more conscious to okay, now I go to scan some energy somewhere, and
yeah.
now I'm come back and I'm more in my space to me,
I
something like
would
that.
I would say why you are where you are is due to the corruption of the Canadian energy, the England. I think it's there because of the corruption. That's why you're there. And to bypass, to kind of like a Robin Hood in some ways, to energetically to push back the manipulations there. And yes, you can say Canada kind of broke up your family as they try to break up our effect. Our father's very Canadian, who is part of the agenda to cause some disruption. So there's a lot of
Okay,
agents.
the
There's a lot of agents there.
it's like the work you do and what how you participate to the society is an indicator of your uh, contract or path you have to choose to take.
I'm saying to me or to you, or what does that you mean? I'm not sure if I catch all of that or what.
I mean, if you choose to be an electrician
Mm-hmm.
or a minister of
Mm-hmm.
something,
Mm-hmm.
is an indicator of what the direction of how you choose to participate to the build the society and that in some direction, then to take another one that's more. I don't think that has
No, well,
sense.
no, they take whatever that,
If you choose to build a building for
yeah.
you choose to build a jail
Mm-hmm.
is because you open to participate to create that kind of
Yes.
space and energy and
Mm-hmm.
interaction with people in difficulty. And if you choose to build a new technology that free the people of energies because you're ready to push the society in this direction too.
Well, yeah, you're just working with what? I mean, some people are slaves, so they're going to build a slave, usually someone that builds a prison for more slaves. Um, and you're there, well, you're doing everything energetically because you can only do so much physically. I mean, imagine you do a lot better, was alternative technologies for power, but there's too many blockages there. So you're just doing everything energetically
Thank you.
currently. So, but yeah, people that choose their jobs, some of them are feel like they're slaves to society anyway. Those that do not want to be a slave usually don't have a job. No, it depends on that. Sometimes they're just selfish. They don't want to do anything. But yeah, you're just here to retool frequencies for more abundance, more free energy, more of a Venus type of lifestyle, I would say. A little bit more free environment.
Does many uh, more dark energy entity have choose to leave this place by themselves, or they always try to stay as much as this possible?
Sometimes they just try to do something good, like sometimes they do find Jesus and become part of religion, but they still have some darkness they have not quite released. Or they go into the spiritual communities to try to improve and share their talents. So yeah, sometimes it depends on the contract. Sometimes they are here to help others, to make up, to clear out the darkness of themselves.
Okay.
Become a volunteer or whatever it might be. So yeah, some do if they're willing to let go because they get tricked into all that darkness and they get mind controlled that that's the only world and everyone else is bad and they're good and so on and all that stuff's going. Kind of like Nazi Germany, that's how the
Yeah.
world realms thinks. It's very similar to that.
Does what is the main do we have a main connection together in the past life, and what kind of connection we had in past life?
Oh, it's just other versions of Earth too. That's yeah, worlds that lost themselves into technologies and it's just like there's some realities where they just didn't want facial features as much or clothing or they went simple clothing, simple lives and just became more simple, and just yeah, kind of altered their look. Something became more, like you see the plastic surgery getting kind of out of hand here is worlds that just want to just overdo it with that, and so that's why beings all look the same.
Um, I
So
mean,
yeah.
what is the main connection between you and me in the past
Well, that's
life?
why
Is
that's what I'm getting into. Yeah, just you're just part of worlds that are similar. As for my connection with you, just I'm not sure there is much of a connection. We're just monitoring your position here. So
okay,
we just know you have a Zeta connection. That's all. So we connect, astrally. We're just keeping the peace around you. Let's put it that way.
okay. We don't have we never have really meet each other in past life in some way.
on like on a Skype call or something like that. So things like that on a video call, as you call it here. So yeah, just for just yeah.
Did you have the same kind of interest than me, or you have another kind of direction you work?
Well, we had for better energy for the earth not to fall into dark hands, for it not to because it's come close to get fallen into a third world country, a third world relation, so that's why. I mean, you're here to keep the world from annihilating itself. That's part of why you're here, is that's why we have that in common.
Okay. Does another entity wish to share a message and jump in?
I'm not sure about jump in and
Try
just there's
share through
a
you.
um the mantis energy that's assisting right now, just helping with your chakras and just so clear out your mother's frequency currently. Just helping she can get kind of dense. So just there to cool that down. And another reason why you have like issues with your brothers, it feels like sometimes they might, you know, even though them to have a lot of abilities, as you know, to tap into their energy, and of course they know that, and that's kind of why they avoid the ones that do avoid you because they know that you can just read right into it. So that's why they stay away.
Does he's afraid to I put the thing in his face and does he afraid I just take and the thing and tell him where to what to look and what is the thing?
Yeah, yeah, they get kind of spooked out by what you can tap into. So, so because they're not, it's kind of like your brothers are kind of like, Magneto. He puts the hat on, the helmet on, so you can't read their minds. Kind of like that.
Does he doesn't he didn't choose to be my brother in some way for that?
Yes and no. I feel like it was registered, it was assigned because he was misbehaving. So it's kind of like a canine being that's been, assigned to you to yeah, behave. Because he knows that you're there, so he can't get away with some of the stuff that he like to get away with.
That's does that kind. I know when we still live in the last house
Mm,
when before 10 years when I was younger than 10 years old.
mhm.
In the winter time, something happened and he began to push me in the snow. My sister removed him because
Yep.
I have to eat too much snow and maybe unable to breathe.
Yeah.
It's like always a little bit angry
Right.
about me for something.
Yeah, because you're like a powerful telepath in higher dimensions. There's an Andromedan connection there. And he's like a reptilian, kind of like a mix of reptilian, canine, even like a raptor being. So he just, yeah, he's a chaos. He is, past life he has been like an assassin. And this is part of his rehabilitation.
I
You know.
I know I come back to the workplace. The chef, it's his name is Etienne. I know I try to go toward him to know what he want I do. And sometime I know one time he tell me uh, he was a little bit he tell that with a joking face, but he was a little bit afraid I can know what he want. The next step he's a little bit afraid. I know what the next step I have to take to or the process of the day or because
Mhm.
if I by example we prepare chicken and just tell him, okay, you want this, this, and that now, or you want to wait for this? And he tell me it's like, hey, you are almost like read my mind, and I'm a little bit afraid of that.
Yes.
I
Yeah. Yeah. And your brother's really afraid of that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, also you're used to that environment and he's open. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
okay.
Yeah, it's very real. Yeah, I would say your brother is seeing it as full capacity and that's why he's terrified of you. Not terrified, but he knows what you're capable of. Yeah.
But sometimes I try to shake him or push him and
Mhm.
to about something he don't. I don't know if he don't want to see or don't want to talk, but
Well, he's kind of like yeah, Magneto a little bit of it and kind of a Wolverine type. Yeah, kind of like a little bit of a dangerous side of him. Yeah. Hard-headed. Yeah.
yeah. Last message from someone somewhere else aware before I close this session.
Just Andromedan energies. Yeah, you've been so think of yourself as like, yeah, a powerful telepath, um, even like a large head, not too large, but as you see it on TV, you can say, oh yeah, wearing a
Yeah,
robe, just feeling the kind of like a watcher. Just we had others with you too, and it just sort of just feel the vibes. It's kind of like a monk of those worlds, but it's white and you're not hiding or anything. And you just can pick up on everything that's going on in the cosmos. Kind of like who needs TV? You just pick up everything. Just feel the vibes there. But one thing about that, you like lack human interaction. Like it's hard to be humans, like emotions, you're trying to do it, but maybe I'll tap into all these things, but having that normal human stuff is hard. So, because you can tap into everything, like you're like a walking satellite dish.
yeah, it's hard because you don't know what is come from yourself and what is coming from other because you can
Yeah.
mix the information.
Just do the best you can. You connect it to the Zeta because they're close to human. It's like kind of like it's a stepping stone towards the human. And here it's kind of like it's like you're in the race. Like this is where it's at. At least to bring in more human emotions to speed things up a little bit more for your human development to be more personal. You're doing the best you can, you know.
Does he have some kind of infusion to help to make the difference between what is come from me, what's come from other, to not take on
Mm.
myself what is not my home?
Possibly the Lyran, the feline can help. Well, the thing is that you connect everywhere, so it's hard to as an alien being, you've had difficulties knowing what's yours and what's somebody else's.
So even when you're fully open alien, you
Yeah,
cannot
yeah. So I was
for
troubled.
really close this information that come in. They cannot not fully close this capacity or
Well, it depends on what reality. In this one, you just have to put your intentions to be more clear. What is yours and what is someone else's. You have to kind of like add a color, some kind of marker there.
yeah, come an indicator as I'm not
Yeah,
open.
yeah, you gotta put more intentions for that to be more clear.
It's like a store. You put you close the door and lock put the
Well,
close for today.
yeah, it's like, but so you get a little bit of information and you like it's kind of like going to a closet. You grab one thing and everything falls on top of it. It's like there's some information there, but then everything. So just there's this, there's that, there's this, and then yeah, so,
Like candy.
yeah, something like that. So, all right,
Okay,
okay,
thanks.
all right. Thanks.